That's better. Nobody Named Kevin podcast, episode 26. Anybody in the room named Kevin?
Pause for dramatic effect. No.
No.
At the
I doubt
Starbucks
it.
in town? At the Starbucks in town, one of the new hires called me Kevin and then, like, yelled it out. And then it was a joke because, like, some of the people there, because I'm a regular, know me. And now one of the girls, like, everyone's like, hi, Devin. But she keeps being like, oh, hi, Kevin. And I laughed one day. And she's like, she handed me the drink. She said it again. She handed me the drink. She's like, here you go, Kevin. And I told her, I was like, one of these days, I'm going to come across this counter. And she's like,
Good.
oh, do you not like being called Kevin? I'm like, I don't have time to explain the scenario. But I'm like, you're fine. But I will come across the counter. That doesn't sense. I didn't mean it. I'm not actually going to sprawl myself across because I was misnamed.
Bro, you should have. No, you were 100%, and you're right. You should have let her know. That is disrespectful to your creed that you live by.
Should have just asked for the manager, bro. Handled it.
Cancel her, bro. Just cancel her.
Calling me Kevin. Here's why calling me Kevin makes you a racist, transphobic bigot. Okay? Mm-hmm. And this is exactly why I want you fired. Me too. Just
any buzzword you can get. Gotta get traction on Twitter for this.
Yeah, dude, I gotta get this algorithm going. Ableist, anything.
You're like
binary, non-binary denying. Like it's just like 10 buzzwords, and someone's like, "No, guys, but he's right."
The weirdly in-depth analyst video about it.
Oh my god! You see the way he put this one before this one? That's because it means this.
He's literally he's letting a lot of these microaggressions go. I would attack right now.
I would have already lurched, bro. Would have lurched.
Dude, did y'all see the video of? I think I sent it to y'all. The guy that went into this old man's shop. It's like a pawn shop or like a souvenir store, and the guy that went in was it was like a transgender female. I think it was a man that had transitioned to a woman, but there was a sign that was like what's the word, like satire, I guess, like about like the genders and all the stuff, and she took offense to it and started yelling at him, and someone recorded it, and their altercation was just it was pretty funny. But it turns out the lady or the guy, whatever, was a councilman in the town. I don't know, but y'all should check that out. I don't even know. I don't want to even describe it. I just wanted you to watch it.
The transgender person was the town's councilman?
Yes. Like as you're watching the video, you're like, oh, this is just an altercation. It's like, it turns out it's like they're like part of the city council. Yeah, it was interesting. And the guy, people were debating because he didn't say anything to the customer or the councilman, whatever. Like he was shopping and stuff. And then when they saw that sign, they're like, that's not okay, and started raising their voice about it. And the guy was like, you don't have to shop here. And he was like, well, you need to take that down. He's like, I'm not going to. This is my store. And she's like, well, that's against me. And he was like, I didn't tell you to. I didn't kick you out or anything. And then he started saying, he was like, you know what? No one just ever said nothing to your face. He's like, look at yourself. Jesus Christ. And it just got quiet. And the dude is standing there, and it just took a whole thing. But people were arguing in the comments and about if it was their right or not, and people were like, no, he had a business, he didn't discriminate. The other person attacked him for a product he had. I don't know, but it was interesting.
It's one of those weird ones that I'm just like, dude, it's clearly people looking for problems. It's like, dude, I don't agree with the symbol, I don't agree with the sign, I don't buy them, but I also don't get mad at a shop for doing it because it's capitalizing off the stupid. Like, I have no problem with that. It's like the selling of like SS flag, like the SS like hats and then swastikas and stuff like that. Hey, I'm just capitalizing off the stupid, right?
It's not. I mean,
guess.
there's that. I mean, what you said when the guy's like, "Have you looked at yourself?" Like, that's the cry of a man who's had enough. He's like,
well,
I
so
wasn't
he was an
take it
older
here.
man. It's so you find
He's
out
had enough.
he's like in his 70s, probably like late 70s, and he like yells that he was like, I fought in Vietnam, so you could do shit like this, and he's like, and I can have sons like this or something like that along those lines, you know, for like freedom or whatever. But it was like the perfect situation of like the extreme of like both sides, maybe not extreme, but you know, like the two characters you definitely want arguing.
He was not looking for confrontation though. He just had enough, and then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna say it. You don't pass.
He did.
You look like a fucking dude. Yeah, you look like a fucking dude.
Off.
Everyone you've ever been around knows you look like a dude, but no one wants to fucking say it. So I'm gonna fucking say it because you pissed me off. Like,
he started getting aggressive because like the customer was at him, and then the customer started leaving, and then he followed him outside, and they started yelling on the street, and then he was like, "You gonna let me leave?" And he was like, "No, I got more to say." But I don't know.
I don't know.
Imagine me going into Hot Topic and picking out every band that one of the members has, I don't know, touched somebody or said something slightly racist, and then go to every rapper T-shirt that touched some fucking kid or, you know, fuck some underage girl. And then I yell at the clerk at Hot Topic, like, because they're selling that merch in support of that, which is offensive to me. Like, dude, just don't fucking buy it, dude.
I don't know. I still think this guy comes off as an asshole, especially if he pursued her outside of the store. It's like he clearly wanted to let it go. She reared back a little bit, and he was like, "All right." And like if he was letting her walk away, that switch flipped, and he's like, "No. I'm not done."
There was definitely a switch.
And another thing,
he became the aggressor at that point. It's one of those things that it's just like, dude, like, just leave it alone. Like, I agree with this original sentiment. Like, you don't have to shop here. I'm not gonna take it down. It's my right to sell that if I want to sell that. You don't have to like it. That capitalism, the way that it works. If you don't like it, you don't buy it. I don't carry it because it doesn't sell.
Y'all have to watch it because I don't remember exactly what the sign said. I just know it was like, I don't even know if satire was the right word. It was, I guess, offensive. I don't want to say offensive. Whatever the word, derogatory, I guess.
It was like, again, he's 70. It was probably some fucking boomer humor. You know what I mean? It's like, back in my day, there was only two genders. It was probably something just stupid, off color like that. You know,
along those lines. There's like a souvenir style shop,
dude, and
right. Like a T-shirt printed in Comic Sans.
Like, the ones that bother me are, like, when it comes to, like, signs and T-shirts and stuff like that, the ones that are just unnecessarily vulgar. Those get me so much. Yeah. Similar to that. I mean, obviously that's not what they are, but, dude, I just hate vulgar shirts. I guess maybe it's me getting older, but I'm just like, dude, you're a grown adult and you choose to wear that. You go out in public with kids. Like, you're not a dumb teenager who, if I see it on them, I'm like, dude, you got some growing up to do before you realize it. But, like, wearing that out in public, It's like, dude, come on, man. Like, I'm not a parent, but I'm like, dude, there are kids out here. There are parents that care about that. Now they have to have a conversation they shouldn't have to have. Like, be an adult.
It's not even like, I don't even think like the level of the kids. I was more with you on the, like, you're a teenager. I get it. It's your only chance to wear it. You got a few more years, buddy. But yeah, like, if I see a dude that looks our age and, you know, he's got one of those shirts that's like, for my next magic trick, I'll need a condom, or just some shit like that. You're like, dude, no, man. Yeah.
Yes.
No one's reading a shirt for a fucking vulgar joke. In this day and age, in this year, you would laugh not because of the vulgar joke. You'd laugh at the person wearing the shirt. You're like, the idea, you're like, you are so, okay, who the fuck, like, old school Spencer shirt. You don't fucking wear that anymore. Who the hell does that?
Some people,
cool.
I'm sure there's still people walking around out there with like XXL Spencer t-shirts with like big baggy Levi's and like DC skate shoes.
Yeah.
Like, 40 years old.
But
yeah, and that's the guy that's probably not doing too well for himself.
Hey, you never know, dude. I mean, what's that? The Jay and Silent Bob guy, dude. He pretty much dresses like the same his whole life. He's like a cartoon character.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I'm pulling out that.
It's different in the idea of like it's not just stupid vulgar stuff that he does. Like, yeah, he may wear like a Dragon Ball Z shirt and he's like 40 out of shape with shorts. Like,
see, okay, Dragon Ball Z. Now
okay. Now it's too far.
Yeah, it is because
I would wear that into my 40s.
But even then, but that's what I'm saying. Like for him, that's like normal, dude. Like who cares? It's when it comes to vulgar stuff that I take issue with it.
It's also the time though. Like, dude, like anime shirts have like blown up these past 3 years. It used to be like it was like a small section Hot Topic, but now you have like
everything.
Zoomies, Spencers, and Hot Topic with like way more anime dedicated stuff and like new clothing brands at launch. P-Rod's company Primitive. He does collabs with Dragon Ball Super. He does collabs with Naruto. Like they have Naruto skateboards. They have Dragon Ball skateboards, but then also clothing. Their clothing is like Dragon Ball Z and Marvel and all this shit. It's just also the time. You don't want to wear like,
Well, it's our generation growing up with stuff, right? So, like, our generation grew up on stuff like that. It's what's become more prevalent.
Well, I would also think that, like, the younger generation's been exposed to it due to streaming. Like, we've had it through, like, TV. We'd wait a week or however long for new episodes. But now, like, you got Netflix. You can watch all of Naruto. You got, I think Hulu has, like, all of Dragon Ball and GT. I don't know about Z. I think it has part of Super, but like you can watch a lot of shit now. Like, and even for older people our age, like there's people like I see people walking around like that are our age that have anime style shirts. I'm like, that doesn't look like a person I'd expect to watch an anime. But it's become more of like a regular thing people are watching.
I feel like it's gotten really big, and I think it's also going to stay big for the simple fact that we had the pandemic. So, like, that was something that could be worked on easily through all that stuff by sending files and stuff like that back and forth. Whereas, like, regular movies, like, okay, well, for a while there, they couldn't get crews together to actually film the movies. They've got some, but let's be honest, like, what big movies have come out that have actually, like, been pretty decent?
Swear to God, if you're drawing the connection that the government made anime bigger, that means we're going to get fucking bombed. Look what fucking happened however fucking long ago. The country that invented anime, gets fucking bombed. We're next now.
Okay, well, that is a very, very, very far connection you're making there, sir.
I can connect two dots. And what he said was lockdown, which we know is pandemic, the government, anime. I think what Clayton is trying to say is that like an effect, a side thing of the pandemic is like, hey, people are at home.
No,
so
dude,
still work on their work.
Devin's trying to
anime.
Devin's trying to bait me into the rant that I gave him today, like earlier today, because I was heated, bro. He's just trying to bait me back into it.
I saw the line. I saw the lines connecting. Okay, and I understand what you're saying. People at home.
You don't.
No, for real. No. For real. No. Yeah, you're like people at home watching anime. You can send drawings back and forth to create the show. I feel you on that. Yeah. What movie has fucking come out? They all fucking suck now. And then, dude, the lady who played Black Widow is suing Disney Plus.
Yeah,
well, she tried. Or she's doing it, but I've heard recently that Disney's like no longer doing work with her anymore. Like they stopped.
Oh, they don't care. That was her last movie, anyways. Yeah. That was her. Okay. That was her last movie. Last thing to do with them. Essentially, all she I guarantee it was more just like, this isn't right that they did this. Mainly for the simple fact, I guarantee you when they made the deal and everything to make the movie and get it prepared and signed all the contracts, she was not getting any portion of the streaming. And now it's like, okay, well, nobody's going to theaters. Y'all are making money off the streaming side, and I'm not getting compensated for that. You're cheating me out of earnings I should have had.
I thought she did get some portion of the streaming. It was just like her payout.
She got no. In those contracts, you get a portion of the cinema sales.
Yep.
But again, most people are not doing that anymore. If they're even open in your state, that too. Not really doing that anymore. Plus, with all the streaming services, Disney Plus is like, well, you get it. Oh no! But you pay extra on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That's the whole like fuckery.
You literally
but
pay extra. Yeah. She didn't get that extra. That's what she's upset about.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point I'm like, okay, she's made multi-millions, but at the same time I'm also like, yeah, a company did probably try to screw you. I'm okay with it. Like, go for your shot.
That's the thing. Like, she made $20 million off the deal alone. So yeah, on one hand it's like you still made out with $20 million, but on the other hand it's like the principle. You got fucked over. Are you gonna let yourself get fucked over?
Yes,
like,
that's true.
Dude. That's how I look at it. Like
it's like a 20
That's
fucking.
true,
I mean, 20 million. I would disappear.
Yeah, that's life-changing money.
Oh, dude, like, yeah, I'd be gone. I'd live off the fucking grid.
But
I'm done with life.
I almost guarantee you,
Yeah.
her main argument is, yeah, 20 million's great and all, but the argument they're gonna attack is like, look at how much money she would have made had they actually given her a fair deal on the streaming side and not concealed that they were going to do this and there was no like discussions to be had about it or anything like that. Essentially, they're going to make the argument it's not about the number that she makes, it's about the percentage she was cheated out of. So it's going to be like, it was 20 million. But yeah, look at it when, let's rough numbers. Let's say like 100 million was made on the movie and streaming. And they're like, well, that's how much she got screwed out of. She got screwed out of, 80% of the money that she should have had.
They just
so would it have been better if they just never. Sorry, my pen.
No, ask a question.
Yeah, no, ask a question.
I was just gonna say, would it be better if they didn't stream? Like, say they just did an exclusive theater release. Like, I think Free Guy is doing that.
I mean, she only got 20 mil though off that. Here's the other thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
This leads me right into my point. They just need to sit her down. No phones, no cameras, and just be like, honey, nobody knew your movie was fucking coming out. So you might just take the 20 million leave. I didn't know there was a fucking Black Widow movie.
What?
No one was like, did you
no,
see?
Dude.
No one was like, did you see the Black Widow movie?
No, you're wrong on this, bro. No,
I knew about it.
No, the problem is you're not diehard Marvel and like really into that world, dude. A lot of people are. There's a reason why like Marvel movies are the most grossing movies because of that fan base.
Right, Marvel. But I'm not gonna go see a fucking like even if DC was a Titan, nobody's seen these off. How many people saw Birds of Prey? They were even hardcore DC fans.
Okay, that's not. It's
the same.
That it is not the same at all.
It's the same.
Okay,
it's exactly.
It is not even
franchise branch.
Okay, in the sense that nobody follows DC whatsoever, and even DC fans don't care about any of their side movies that they come out with. Whereas on Marvel's side, they will do that. The difference is Marvel fans will do that. There's a reason why they've had like 4 different spin-off shows go like 5 seasons, some go 7 seasons, and stuff like that, because the fan base is more dedicated. There's more of a draw there. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think this was going to top the top movies, but to say like, oh, nobody cared? No. What?
I think you would be right for every other Marvel release. Yeah. I get it. Dude, how many people watch the whole build-up? Iron Man 1, 2, 3, everything. All the Captain Americas. Doctor Strange. But it's Black Widow.
I never saw Doctor Strange, actually.
I'm sorry, man.
What is her superpower?
Dude,
but she's been in it since Iron Man 2.
Yes, it's literally.
So what is thank you for not answering. What is her superpower?
Okay,
There's no superpower.
Superpower is irrelevant. The Punisher.
No,
superpower is irrelevant. How many people followed and watched the shit out of the Punisher?
Like everybody in their 40s who drinks White Monsters every morning.
A shit ton of people fucking watched it. I'm sorry. A shit ton of people watched it. And what superpower does he have? None. He has no superpower.
Actually, being a Sigma male is that. Thank you. He's a fucking Sigma male. That's a Sigma male if you're a fucking seen one. The Punisher's Sigma, dude. He's Sigma as fuck.
Oh, because he kills everyone? What do you mean?
Bro, he's on his Sigma male grind set. We've gone over this. Like, it's... What about the Punisher's not Sigma?
Oh,
Jesus Lord.
Okay.
Oh, my bad.
I
was thinking,
he's
I had
alpha,
to go back to
he's
the
an
list.
alpha outside of the normal hierarchy.
I had to go back to the list.
He kills everyone he sees. That's actually part of the Sigma male grind set. So, okay, Punisher's Sigma male, that's a superpower. Next.
Okay, either way, my point stands because you won't beat it with a real one. You won't beat it with a real point. So my point stands. Once again, Marvel.
You won't either.
Marvel fan
won't
base.
Either. I asked her superpower. Neither of you can answer what her superpower is.
She didn't have one. I brought up the argument that the
Punisher. That's the answer. She doesn't fucking have one. Okay.
Once again, that doesn't mean nobody's gonna watch the fucking series.
Right. 20 million. That's fucking shit compared to everything else. So yeah, like again, nobody's gonna watch anyway. Take your 20 million.
Okay.
You wouldn't really miss out on much.
Nah, dude, you completely underestimate, bro. You underestimate
the power
100%.
of the Black Widow fan. No one's fucking favorite Avenger.
This is the problem. You keep saying the Black Widow fan base. It's not about that. It's about the fact that it is a Marvel movie and they are up to a certain standard.
Okay.
So people will watch it, not based on the character,
Right.
just because of how good Marvel has made every movie, even though other people don't care. Like they do, it's just good, bro.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't matter who it is. It builds the world. That's why people watch them.
But what you're saying is Marvel's so good it carries her. She cannot carry on her own. So the fact that people see it is only because it's Marvel, not because she can stand on her own merit, like an Iron Man, like a Thor, like a Spider-Man.
Once again,
stand on her own. What?
You literally keep on bringing the argument. No one's going to go see your movie, sweetheart. Okay, I'm sorry, but they fucked themselves on that one. She's in too deep. They made a movie. No one's going to see your movie. Yeah, they will. Y'all built a good enough brand. It's just benefiting her that they built a good brand. The way that conversation's going to go is Disney's going to be like, all right, well, we don't want to go full force in this lawsuit because it'll change the whole way that the industry is handled on shit in their contracts. It'll get settled out of court. She'll get a big-ass fucking multi-million-dollar settlement, and everything will be fine.
That'll be nice.
Like, that's how it's going to go.
If it goes in their favor, everyone else is fucked. I wonder if they'll just pull either all contracts are going to change or they're just going to pull movie releases from the streaming services.
Which Marvel's like...
Or probably just change the contracts, honestly.
Well, see, that's the problem. If companies are doing shit like this, major companies are doing shit like this, and it's a known thing that they do shit like this all the time, it would upset the industry and change the way contracts would have to be done. It would cost companies tons of money. So Disney on this to not upset the balance, because the moment there's a ruling on that court case, it changes the game. So they'll settle out of court because they'll literally settle out of court. They'll be like, we'll take a loss on this. That way we can screw over 100 other actors. If we can't screw those actors, we won't make money.
Yeah, I mean, but eventually it's going to have to change because streaming is like taking over.
That's what this brings up, really.
Slowly,
I mean, of all things,
yeah.
That's what brings up the conversation.
But it's more the thing that companies are going to push that off as long as possible, like they always do. Yes, the industry changes in the better sometimes, but companies try to hold that down as much as they can. They want to make as much and squeeze as much afterwards. I don't disagree. It's probably going to start becoming a thing if it keeps doing mainstream movie releases on actual streaming platforms.
Yeah.
I wonder how much it does, because like that's like one example, right? And then like you have like HBO Max that's like doing it for the rest of the year. Everybody gets the same day. The only like caveat is like they're like some of them are limited time, but that still doesn't really change it. Like I'm not gonna like Space Jam was on there for like 10, like HBO, like Space Jam was on there for like 10 days or 2 weeks, something like that. It's like I'm not gonna keep watching it over and over and over and over, so I guess it doesn't really bother me. Like,
well, so I want to say, I mean, HBO Max has been sued too. I want to say like they were a streaming like they got sued when they did a release of something when it was like the very beginning of the pandemic, like when it was literally like this is the only way. I don't think it was that, because that came out after things had opened up. This was like middle of the lockdown. I can't remember what movie it was. I want to say maybe it wasn't Tenet.
Wonder Woman?
No, Wonder Woman was before the pandemic, right?
It came out like it was like December of 19, I think. So it was like right there.
No, it wasn't that one. They had like one or two movies. It was small movies. That's why it never got much traction as far as like lawsuit wise. But I mean, this isn't the first lawsuit like this.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I see what you're saying, like with Disney being greedy, because I know HBO Max, you don't even have to pay. Like if you pay your $15 a month, you have access to their like exclusive movie release. But Disney, like you said, you pay like $30 for a 48-hour rental.
For a movie. Yeah, what the fuck? It's like that's crazy, because like you can rent on YouTube for like $3.
It's corporate structure, I would assume. I mean, mainly. I mean, you got to think like Warner Brothers and all that is owned by AT&T, so they have all these other facets of money coming in. Disney owns a lot, don't get me wrong, but like Disney World completely shut down. Like they had a lot of their big parks and stuff like that are decent money getters get closed down, and they were losing a ton of money on it. They're just trying to make it up. Yeah. But dude, I can't get over it. Like I looked at like Black Widow, I was like, oh, I might want to watch this. And then dude, my thing is, if the price had been right on it, I would have. The price is what deterred me. It was like, dude, they wanted $30 or $40 for me to be able to stream it. I was like, no, I'm not paying more than I would at a movie theater to be able to stream this from home. Like, that's way too much of a jump. When like I can get me and my girl go to a movie theater, maybe spend like $14, and that's not including food and drinks and stuff like that.
Yeah, 2 tickets, steal some food from the gas station nearby. Like you're good. $40?
Yeah, it was like $30-$40. It was too much.
To sit in your house and be like, yeah, same TV that we watch everything on. All right, cool. I mean,
yeah, like
same sound.
You want to order some pizza and spend more fucking food?
Yeah, dude, that's my thing. Is like the price was not right on it. I think, like, dude, if it was $10, I probably would have done it. But it being that expensive, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. That's way too much.
I would have done 10 easy.
Exactly. Like, I know it's gonna be good. It's worth $10 to me to see.
Yeah, I've seen all the Marvel movies so many times. I would definitely pay $10 for that, and I'd still watch it when it becomes free.
Right. 10. Okay. Dude, yeah, that's something you'll piss away without thinking about it.
Like, dude,
40 to fucking sit on my couch.
Dude, that's just it. It's like some of these, like, I don't understand how they get it so wrong.
Is Scarlett's like gonna come out the screen and blow me? 35. 35. 35, and that's with the hesitation of like, do I need to spend it? And then,
do I need to spend it?
Look, he's not saying he'd regret the purchase. He just might be hesitant to make the purchase.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
He's probably thinking like, man, I've got laundry on the couch and stuff like that. Then there's going to be the awkward judgment.
The awkward judgment.
Sorry, But okay, so if it was a bring home, yeah. Hey, sorry, I haven't put my laundry up. It's a mess right now. Here's the bedroom. I paid $40, dude. You don't get to fucking say what's on my couch. You get to deal with the smell that you don't really know what room it's coming from. I paid for a service and I expect it. So there's a different exchange there. No awkwardness. Fuck you. It's like if I pick up my DoorDash and I'm shirtless. You got half my cock hanging out my boxers. Sorry, dude. I only paid you to deliver the food. You don't have to look. Hand it.
Hold on.
I mean,
Devin, I feel like you would know this. Why did Lil Nas X go to like jail or whatever?
Lil Nas X did not go to jail.
Dude,
he danced naked in a jail. He danced naked in a jail.
Okay.
On his recent music video with Jack Harlow. Funny. It's funny because like Lil Nas X knows what at this point it's like it shouldn't be shocking anymore. It's like, okay, how many times can you be like, oh, we're so shocked that you're gay? So like this music video, if y'all haven't seen it, it's literally like a bunch of naked black dudes choreographed dancing, like fully naked, like their cocks are blurred, but they're just dancing to his song. And then like it's like to the extent of what a female would do, but with guys. So like he's in one scene, there's a guy like they're almost 69ing, like not crotch and face, but like at the here, and he's like twerking on him and he's like slapping his ass while he's rapping. So like it's what a guy would do to a girl, but it's just two dudes. So and so Lil Nas is just doing this to the extreme, and still people are, you know, I'm like, why are you surprised? Like is anyone surprised anymore? Like you've already
still making
twerked
money
on
off it.
Satan.
I kind of
you've already twerked on Satan. There's not really much more. It's like, dude, we get it.
Yeah, my thing is not even like we get it. It's just how often is like how much is he gonna be able to capitalize off the shock factor? Because I'm sorry, dude, the shock factor after a while just it's done. It's old. Like how often can he keep that going?
There you go. Exactly. It's like you can't. Like, dude, like,
I mean,
okay, like, I'm not, like, offended. Like, he shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, dude, like, you're not going to piss so many more people off. Unless you are. I don't know.
Dude, he could always piss more people off. Like, he could have one where he's, like, twerking on the Pope. Or twerking on, like, the president. Or, like,
that's
twerking
the thing
on,
is, like, is that his thing? He just twerks on a famous person? It's like, you have to go. Like, he has to, like, blow Joe Biden. Or, like, get rimmed by the Pope. Like the twerk has already happened. The twerk has already happened.
His music videos just get progressively more like vulgar and pretty as close as they can get to pornography, but still blurred out enough to where it can somehow meet the terms and conditions of YouTube. If that's his
No. So I forget. YouTube has a weird policy that nudity can be shown if it is in a artistic form. So like he can do stuff like that because it's artistic.
Here's the other thing.
They've had it a long time, dude.
Here's the other thing, Schwinn. And I have no problem with Lil Nas X. I like his music actually. But here's the thing. YouTube can't remove his video because now they're being racist and they're being bigots. Why are you removing his video? Is it because he's gay and black? Like, no, it's because there's penises and you can't have penises on YouTube. So. Are you sure?
No, see,
it's artistic.
That's what I'm saying is they can't do it because they've literally made that artistic clause. Like he would have to do something like, it's really weird. I'd have to look at the wording, but I'm pretty sure they have it where you can have nudity as long as it's artistic.
Classify
I'm
as
pretty
artistic?
sure. Yeah, I'm saying like probably like a butt, like you could get away with. You're not having a cock on there, no matter how artistic. They're like, no, dude, you're not.
I don't know, dude. Netflix has gotten pretty heavy. Like they got cocks on there now. Like you see everything on Netflix, dude.
I mean,
like at first it was just like like the cable, old school cable level nudity. Like you might see tits or like a flash or an ass or something. But
right,
dude,
a side boob, a respectable side boob. That doesn't happen anymore.
Some of these shows now, like you just watch them, like it's just straight up like they're fucking, or like there's a dude's dick hanging in your face, and it's like a fucking horse dick. And I'm like, all right.
Hey, pause that. God damn.
Okay. Actually,
why is it staring at me?
Dude. I have to tell y'all a story. So,
okay, here we go.
Yeah. So, we're chilling, and she was on TikTok, and one of the, many urban legends or whatever you want to call on TikTok. Yeah, there was some new show that came out. It's called Sex Life, and they're like, "All right, the challenge is go to episode 3. This time link." It was like, or 19 minutes, 30 seconds, or some shit like that. And they're like, "See your reaction," and it was like people's reactions to it. And she was like, "All right, baby, we're doing it." I was like, "What? This whole show is about sex?" She's like, "Yeah, I just want to see what it is." It's just a dude walks in to see the guy that's fucking his wife. And the guy's hung like in the showers in the gym, and he like looks at him, and his dick's like, it's like here, like, dude, it's big. It's like a horse dick, bro.
It's respectable.
I would say more than respectable. Like you should be
like okay, a little bit threatening.
Yeah. It's a white man, to keep in mind. It's a white man, so I'd be fearful.
It was disrespectful. Okay, actually, it was disrespectful.
I was like,
gargantuous.
Like, and this man's just looking at it, and he's like, "That's what my wife's getting slapped around with." And then she's like, "Oh, that's crazy," and turned it off. I was like, "What a scene!" That's what TikTok's telling people to do. Yeah.
Hey, fiance. I'm glad we experienced that on this platform.
Here's my how good is this show that this person made it this far in like seasons and episodes to this exact time? Like, is it a good show, or is it just that like I wanted to mess with people?
It's that scene, and they're like, "Oh," it's just like when you flip a book in class and you find the bad word, you're like, "Oh shit! Hey everybody, go 636, paragraph 3."
Yeah. Line 4, word 7.
Yeah, dude, I still remember the dictionary page. It was like 365. Dude. I still remember, bro. That was it. Either had
that was either the one on it.
I was gonna say it was either dick or penis, and then that would have been like more pages in, because I think
300 is. I think that's like that's past D.
Maybe I'm thinking of sex then, was 365.
Oh, it's probably that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sex. Yeah, okay.
That's
right.
How we spent our time in 4th grade.
Exactly.
Dude, like, go through the dictionary, like, oh, I see.
Dude, what always got me,
Charles,
when they'd give you those like history books and stuff like that, and you'd flip to a random page, you always had like the S in there, like drawn in. God. You had a beard on someone who didn't have a beard.
Mm-hmm. You'd always black out their eyes or some dumb shit.
Yes, or upside down crosses in the background.
I remember in one art class, I think this was 8th grade. Yeah, it was 8th grade. There was these kids who, there was always old magazines in the art class, because you would end up doing some collage or something that needed I can't think of the word for it, but when you you paint
paper mache
glue onto there we go. You always had those. So one day, I'm at the back table, and these kids are there, these 7th graders, which I'm only 8th grade, I guess I'm a kid too. They were just going through the whole thing, drawing dicks on every single person. And they thought it was funny, and I didn't think it was funny because they weren't drawing the dicks with proper respect. It was just they do a U, a long U, and flip and do a long U. I'm like, no. Because I come from the background, Sean. We used to do a PlayStation Live, and we drew those dicks in the lobby. Yeah. You gotta put some veins. You gotta put you gotta make it look kind of gross. It's the grosser the funnier, dude.
I forgot the PlayStation Live. We were in the little public fountain area where everyone spawns in, and there was just a giant veiny cock drawn on the ground. And I was like, why is this allowed?
Dude, it's why it died very quickly. They were like, we're not paying to moderate this.
It's
Dude,
like
it was
Penguin all over
like
again, dude.
the whole Club Penguin legit, but like PS Live was trash because like you remember how empty it was? That house you have in the beginning, like you pay real money to upgrade it.
Yeah.
So like all those people that did were like, I'm gonna be an early adopter and I'm gonna upgrade the shit out of it because I'm gonna be the first guy. Dude, they lost all that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the lobby sucked, and yeah, we were drawing dicks on the graffiti wall. It was the dumbest thing. PS Live. It's funny because it was actually ahead of its time. Because if it came out like 2-3 years ago,
it would be
killing
the
it.
thing.
Because look at VR chat.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been close to that. It would have eventually still got taken out by VR chat, but like the idea that you can mingle online, it's like back then, like fuck, you know, if Clayton tried to get on, it's like he'd probably take a step forward, and then like 5 seconds later he'd be across the room.
Dude, I'm just glad I never got into that, bro. That's
PlayStation Live.
Dude, never got into it. So happy.
Not playing with lag.
Oh, dude, God, I remember how bad that threw me off, dude. I was so normal at playing with lag that once it was like smoothing up, I was like, this is weird, dude. I don't like this. Dude, it took me so long to get used to it. Once I did, I was like, okay, I can't ever go back.
No, once he did, he's like, I gotta make sure I'm friends with this guy. Keep coming over. Dude, no, for real though, because you got so used to shooting ahead, so playing on Schwinn's internet, you're like, oh yeah, you can actually just shoot at them.
Yeah, it was weird. Yes, because like dude, God, I remember that because if you did not headshot with lag, you were not winning any gunfights. Oh.
Dude, that's how you got so good. Is you like started with like 4 crutches, like you were already, or not crutches. What's the word? Like you were already like everything was on handicap. Yeah, you already had like all these handicaps, like, and you just started. Yeah, pretty much. And then you're just like, now when you start playing the game, you're like, oh, this is the game. Hey, you're pretty good at this, dude.
Speaking of starting with shit like you don't know is bad, or like you just start adjusting to it. There's this NFL player who skates. He was featured on the Barracks. And he's like a running back or something. But anyway, he was talking about, you know, his career with the football. But he's like, as a kid, I skated. I still skate now. But he said, he's like, when I first started skating, I didn't know what grip tape was. And he ollied a 14th there with no grip. And then he told us, like, then he like started hanging out with people who skate, and they're like, dude, you have to have grip tape. But then it tripped them out. They're like, you're gonna be so good when you get grip tape because you're just good without it.
Yeah, dude, because without grip tape, you have to land everything bolts.
Dude, like, I'm just like that. I'm like, I get the logic. That's just so crazy. Like, you're gonna be crazy good if you can ollie a 14 serve no grip. I'm like, that's scary. I'm like, that's scary as fuck. But he didn't know. You know, if you told someone to do that right now, they're like, get the fuck out of here. No thanks. But he didn't know. He's just like, I guess this is what you do.
See that, dude. So that's what's weird to me is like, how did he not know? Like, how do you get into skating without watching people skate and not be like, I wonder what's that on top of their board? Like, did he used to watch old skate videos and stuff like that and not find it weird that they all had that weird black spot on the top of their board? Or did he just like, that just must be a really fancy skateboard. I can't afford those.
Probably,
like, what was it?
Dude, yeah. Probably more of that because it's a different time. You know, now, like, you know, YouTube and everything we have now, all the comforts we have now. Back then, it's just like, it could have been that. He could have just seen it, and then when he got his, he's like, oh, this is just how it's made. Like, who fucking knows? Because, like, you don't have that anymore. Now you just go on YouTube, you'd be like, if I was a beginner in anything, you're like, beginner piano, beginner whatever.
I feel like that's one of the downsides to the internet is, like, it's going to slowly kill off original thoughts or people trying to,
dude,
like, critical think. Even myself, like, we all, like, when you need to find something out, you can find your reassurance or your answer so quickly that, like, that example, I don't think.
No, I still have questions today that I can't find the answer to on, like, Google and stuff like that. Like, I still have thoughts like that of, like, wonder what this is. Type it into Google and I can't find it because it could just be the way Google is. It doesn't pull up what I'm looking for in my wording. So the answer might be out there, but I may not know how to find it. So I'll just have to figure out a different way.
The other thing, Schwinn, is like the internet's so big, and even just YouTube is so big. Like when someone's like, "I'm going to start a YouTube channel," 90% chance, 80% what they talk about has been talked about by someone else. They might have just never heard of them. Mm-hmm. Or it's in a different niche. They're talking in the same things, but in two different, it's like, it's so big, you're probably going to overlap the same thing, but you don't know. It's not like you're purposely stealing it. You're just going to have the same thought. Yep. So it's going to happen either way. I don't think it's going to decrease it. Because, I mean, I can't think of how many times I thought I had an idea or wrote something down. I'm like, oh, this is a great idea. I'll do this. And then I see it on YouTube like a week later.
Yeah.
Like, even to the point where you're like, I can just look up the answer. I'd say that's critical thinking because you need to know how to do that. A lot of people don't fucking do that. They just like,
that's just blows my mind.
You have a fucking phone right there. You can find out.
I don't know,
hate
dude.
That so much.
Dude, don't get me wrong. It bugs me that people like, well, I need to know the answer to this. Cool. Did you look it up? No. Well, look it up. Like, it's not that hard. I just don't understand how to Google things. How? How have you not learned how to Google? Like, it's not hard.
Dude, some people now still don't know how. Some people still don't know how, like, and like maybe only like 10 years older than us. Like, they just don't, I don't know. The way they type stuff in makes me cringe. I'm like, no, type like 3 main keywords and like a few words around. It's not like, you can't literally, they try to have a conversation with it. And it's just, I'm like, stop. Let me just type it in. You're making me cringe.
Yes, like, dude, you're not.
Talk to it like a computer.
Yes.
Talk to it like a computer.
Give it, like you said, give it a couple keywords and then kind of a general idea of the question you're trying to ask. Like, why does this do this? And then it will come up.
So, like a month ago at this point, like, my right ass cheek was hurting from like it was like some type of soreness, but it wouldn't go away. I was like right glute pain. I wasn't like, has your right butt cheek ever hurted after skateboarding and going to the gym? Like, you can't, that's too specific. I was just like right glute pain. And then it led me to a solution. It was just like, I was like, oh, just stretch this way twice a day. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Someone else? Impossible.
Dude, I'll never understand it. Bro, so one of these podcasts that I listen to, one of the guys did the Fat Mac.
Fat Mac.
Yeah, so I don't know how much Always Sunny in Philadelphia you've watched, Quentin.
Oh, I haven't. I know what you're talking about from memes, but I haven't got that.
He did the Fat Mac. He intentionally got fat for like 3 months, didn't tell anyone, and then out of nowhere, like, bro, I'm saying, like, worked with more plates, more dates, did TRT, L-carnitine, and worked out for 11 months straight and got ripped, bro. Has the Adonis lines and everything.
Why?
Dude.
So wait.
You know what?
Literally for the joke.
So he got fat, did the podcast, then got in shape?
No, so they do the podcast every week. But, like, he got intentionally fat and, like, made it a thing. Like, dude, he literally had, like, a double chin on the podcast. And, like, because you watch every week, you don't really pay attention to how the body changes because you don't really notice it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But he just got ripped, and he would wear bigger shirts and stuff like that, so you couldn't really see his, like, arms and stuff. Dude, he got insane.
Dang.
And the whole reason it got leaked so early is because his Tinder got leaked. Oh, dude.
Fat Mac,
he
bro.
did the fat Mac. He even has a picture where like his stomach's fat. Dude, it was great.
How many times has he done that now? Because he did it in the show, right?
That guy only did it once. This podcast is someone else who watched the show, thought it would be funny to do it as well, and did it as well.
Oh, I'm stupid.
He gave himself body dysmorphia as a joke.
Dude, he did it as a joke. Dude, like...
It's funny, but he's fucked forever now.
No, dude, the fact that, like, I'm more just impressed with his willpower is what's crazy about it. Like, the insane test of will. Because, like, even More Plates, More Dates was like, dude, I don't even know if I could be on top of this like he was. Like, there was never a miss. He was always doing more. Like, there was so many things that most people kind of peter off on. He didn't for 11 months straight. He did the same thing day in, day out. Didn't cheat on the diet. Like, 100%ed it.
Okay, also, I mean, if he's working with, like, chemicals, there's also like a different level of motivation you have because you're having more testosterone pumped into you. You have like this insane level of like primal instinct of motivation and drive. And then on top of that, if you're seeing results at a rate that normal humans will never see in 15 years, your motivation kicks into such a level of gear that it's unfathomable,
dude,
to even try to imagine like his level of drive he's going to have. So cool, he stuck to it. Barring the chemicals too.
Dude,
I didn't say they do all the work, but they do a lot of it, dude. I mean, Sean and I have been in that scene, dude.
I think you're underestimating the dedication level to it.
I've been that dedicated in my life, but the level of chemicals changes everything. I've worked with people that have done it, and then worked out with people too that have access to it. It's not that the steroids do everything, but there's a unfathomable level that you'll never reach. It's unhuman.
That's just it. He was doing testosterone and L-carnitine, and that was it. Like, nothing insanely ridiculous. And it's not just that. He was doing each of them every single day. He was working out all day, and like they got him down to
a ton of testosterone.
Dude, yes, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're underestimating how much to do it every single day, day in, day out, do blood tests constantly. And then on top of that, like, I get what you're saying. Like, oh, it's a different level of motivation once you throw the chemicals in there. Yes, right. I agree with you. But to do that for 11 months straight and not waver once. And they cut him down to, like, I think, like 1,200 calories or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that's what I'm saying. His level of dedication was ridiculous.
It does. I mean, it does take dedication, and you do have to eat right and go to the gym and all that. But Devin does have a point. Like, it is an enhancement drug for a reason. But I don't know what. So, did he actually do, like, any sort of steroid? You just said testosterone and
L-carnitine. L-carnitine.
Is L-carnitine even a...
I don't know if it's considered... I don't know if it's considered... I think L-carnitine is not considered natural. I don't remember. Because L-carnitine's, like, weird.
I thought that was like a amino
The other
acid
thing is, too... The other thing is, too, like... I didn't see the picture of the guy, but I guarantee if I see a picture of the guy, I'll be like, okay... He's telling you he took testosterone and this other supplement...
No,
I mean,
dude.
There becomes a level, dude. There becomes a level when you're in, dude. Body dysmorphia sets in and it's very real. Like, there's some people that can be full transparent, and then there's just like there's a certain level, like, because like people will admit, like, oh, they're like, I'm open about my steroid use. They'll tell you like 2 or 3 of the things they're doing. Mm-hmm. It's because you're so deep in like your body image. It starts warping your reality, dude.
The main reason I would believe it is because he's working with more plates, more dates, because he's very open and educational about it.
Like, I don't feel like More Plates, More Dates would let him lie about that. That's the problem. Like, that would be my...
Just his reputation, yeah.
There's that. Yeah, that's actually a very good point.
But the other guy...
That is his whole shtick.
The other guy has been, like, open about everything. He's like, dude, I was taking, like, 30 pills a day. Like, he was taking supplements and a bunch of other pills and stuff like that. Essentially, what he did was work with more plates, more dates. Like, give me an insane program to stick to. I'm going to show you that I can do this. I want the best results physically possible. I'm going to talk to you every day. We're going to modify everything that we need to modify. So, like, they would check in. Okay, you're not down this much in a week, so we're going to have to up your cardio, and we're going to have to cut out 600 calories. So we're going to have to do this, this, and this. Dude, insane.
Dude, I would be so down to try something like that if I actually had, like, a doctor that I could check in with to, like, check my heart and my liver and everything and make sure, you know what I mean?
You can with testosterone. Like, you can with testosterone, because testosterone, like, you can get that prescribed. Like, when we get older, I think once you're 40.
No, more like plates, more dates.
Probably even earlier.
Literally has a like deal for that. That's how this guy got prescribed it all. He literally, like, all he had to do was go to, like, LabCorp, get his blood test ran for him, and then they send it to their consultations, and they're essentially just doing consultations the whole time, writing him for what he needs and getting him the stuff he needs.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly that. It's like, here's the script, stick to it. Here's how you get it. I mean, there's that too. Like you can just go get blood work done, but you wouldn't really have a doctor if you were like, you know, like one of these like Johnny Skywalkers or IFBB pros, or like, yeah, you know, this much Winstrol, this much ACE, this much Tren. A doctor's not gonna talk to you about that. He's like, he'll probably be like, you shouldn't take it, son, because you shouldn't take chemicals made in a bathtub in Mexico into your body, but you do as you wish.
You do as you wish.
Good on Instagram. Yeah, I'm just telling you, you probably should.
But like, I wonder if are there like,
it was a bathtub in Russia. Get it right.
Oh, okay. I was like, I was wondering if there's like some high level of like steroids that are like on the Olympic level. Well, I say Olympic level, but you know what I mean.
Of course, the Olympians take them. The Olympians take them. So
or if it's all like the same, or if it's all like the same.
No, everybody's using the same stuff, because the moment it comes out and shows performance enhancement, like, what's the first thing you're going to? Yeah, there's athletes and stuff like that, but like most athletes are going to be trying to stick with what they know they can pass, so they're doing the same thing. And then you have the level of like, okay, bodybuilders, dudes at gyms, like that's your market.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So there's always a dealer. There's always a dealer. I mean, you got to think like, okay, like for the Olympians, like, you know, I need some Tren, bro, or I need some, you know, Anadrol, or I need some Winstrol, bro. Oh, I know a guy. I know the guy with like the top tier shit. It's just like you think about like a Snoop Dogg or a Wiz Khalifa. Yeah, they're super famous, but like they still have a dealer. Their dealer's probably like trips the fuck out. He's like, I sell weed to Snoop Dogg, and everyone, you know, no one believes him, but he knows. He's like, fuck.
Dude. So from what I understand though, is like there's always those guys at the scenes, but there's like only like a few of them. Because they get pills and everything like that. They're the guy invited to the party. They're the connect for most of that scene. So they're all kind of working together.
Yeah, like they're in the inner circle. Like once you're in the inner circle, they're like, no, we go through this guy.
I want to say, dude, Demi Lovato's the one that like literally said that. Like, no, you go to a party, like this guy is there. Like it's this guy, and he's at every single major celebrity party.
Yeah, so there you go.
Highly protected too, like by law and everything. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know by law. It's probably more the fact of like,
well, not directly by the law, but like by like I'm sure they have some high-paying lawyers and a lot of people that would be willing to protect him if something did happen, because that's protecting themselves.
Well, I'm sure he like lives in the neighborhood too. You know what I mean?
That's just hilarious. Like he's the dealer for the celebrities. Like. All like the small town high school drug dealers like idolize him. Oh man, one day I'll work up to there if I just get this promotion. Dude, you literally like they're all like this post is there's like motivational videos of him. You just gotta keep selling. The days you don't feel like fucking selling, get your ass out of bed.
You just start a pyramid scheme of drug dealers.
Yeah,
I don't think you
that's what the cartel has already done.
I was like, okay, like at like a selling corn level, you could probably get away with that. But if you got good at it and you fuck over the wrong people that are in like serious drugs and like serious crime, your family's life is in jeopardy. So probably not like the best idea is a prank. No, it's not going to work anymore.
Well,
the last 6 months have been a prank. Dude, come on.
I would almost
the last 6 months.
I would almost bet that the celebrity dealers probably got his own like. This is the guy that brings it in, and I don't keep it at all. And he's also distributing to all these people. He just never has to worry about people working under him, so he doesn't have to worry about people ever coming up short. And he's probably so reliable that guy's like, hey, I need a special order of this, this, and this. I'm going to this party.
Yeah, he has fall guys. I'm picturing like the fucking cartel does get involved, and like it's the final scene, and you're in like a fucking warehouse, and like you spin around in your chair, and you're like, the last 6 months have been a social experiment. Not a prank, but a social experiment. They just blow your brains out right there. Mid-monologue.
Bro, I forget who it was, dude. There was I can't remember who the guy was, but he was dealing like an irrational percentage. Like I think like 50 to 70% of the ecstasy in the U.S.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, he got caught, got sent to prison in Arizona. Like, dude, I listened to him on a podcast. Like, dude, he has stories. It's insane.
I bet. Dude, he actually lives like a movie style life.
Well, not even that. Like, even just talking about how bad the prisons were. Like, literally, like, when you hear about, like, oh, there's cockroaches in the wall, and when you sleep, you feel them crawl on you and stuff like that. Like, he literally did that. He's like, you have to sleep in this position or else they crawl all over your mouth and stuff like that. Like, dude, the stories he tells were insane. He talks about a transgender being in the cell block, eye gouging 2 different guys.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched 45 minutes of like a 2.5 hour podcast with 6ix9ine. This other guy, he's like 100 whack, and then like DJ Academics was the moderator. The first 45 minutes that I watched stemmed from one question that they were arguing about. It was the most. I couldn't turn it off until I had to go do something else. Like literally, had I not had to go do something else, I would have probably said, I'm probably gonna finish it. 45 minutes arguing over the original question. They're like, because like this whack 100 guy is like a legitimate street dude, and he was referring to Tekashi as a civilian because of everything Tekashi did to snitch. He's like, you're a civilian, I'm a gangster. And he clarifies like DJ Academics, so like you're okay, you're a civilian, but don't take it the wrong way. If you snitch, that's okay. It's okay because you live by civilian rules. And then right there, it was like so
it was immediately an insult.
Oh, well, DJ Academics was fine with it. He's probably relieved he can snitch. And then fucking immediately he goes to Tekashi. It's like, so do you think I'm a civilian or a gangster? And dude, I don't know how this guy doesn't lose his voice, dude. He was yelling for the entire like 45 minutes because it's 2 guys arguing about street shit. They're yelling over each other, not listening to each other's points. Tekashi's like, he's like, basically what his articulated idea would have been had the other guy listened was like, he's like, okay, he's like, you blame me for snitching, and he's like, you're counting at me, I'm not a gangster because, so like, Tekashi got kidnapped back when he was blowing up. He got kidnapped. And the guy's like, why didn't you deal with that guy? Why didn't you kill him? He's like, okay, you put that on me. He said, but every time one of these rappers dies, no one goes out and kills whoever killed them. But I'm not the gangster, but you know. And the guy took it the wrong way because they kept using names and shit, and they're just yelling over each other.
You make me want to watch it, dude.
Dude, you should, because you're just like, you can't agree with either of them because he's not listening to Tekashi. He's taking it in a specific scenario, and Tekashi's trying to explain. He's like, no, outside of this scenario, let's say this. The guy's like, but the scenario. And Tekashi's like, no. Dude. At one point, like, Tekashi makes these dumbass this dumbass gun noise. He's talking about shooting people in the stairway, and he's like, hang, 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 hang. And then the guy cuts him off. He's like, what kind of fucking gun makes that noise? Heated. It was so heated for no fucking reason. But yeah, it was literally like just revisiting Jersey Shore. You're like, I really don't care what they're arguing about, but I cannot turn it off.
Dude, I
awesome.
do laugh at those people who are in the rap scene. They're like, yeah, no, I am gangster. And it's like, dude, you're not. Like, I hate to say it. You may think you're about it. You may do some hood stuff, but
here we go.
Dude, I'm saying anyone in the rap scene, like, you may have a little bit of hood roots, but there is like a level of gangster that it's like you will never see this guy rap because of how good he is at actually being a gangster and how much money he actually makes. And like, literally, it's about business. It's not about rapping and stuff like that in the culture. It is literally about business.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing, like, that's Tekashi's angle still, and he says it at one point. He's like, dude, I've said this stuff so many times, I hate to say it again, but basically, he's like, they're a brand. He's like, a rapper is not a gangster. A rapper's a brand. A gangster is a gangster. Because if you're a gangster, you're not rapping. You're doing gang shit. Like you said, if you're a rapper, you're good at rapping. You don't have time to fucking do both. And also, you have too much money now, so why are you going to do that shit? Like, that's his whole point and, like, the shit he was exposing. But then, you know, everyone's like, you know, oh, but you snitched.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even NWA, like, when you think about it, literally only one of them was somewhat gangster, and that was Eazy-E. And that's because he was literally dealing coke and stuff like that before. Like, other than that, dude, they were all just, they were hood, but they weren't gangster.
Dude. It was an interesting debate. And the funny thing is, like, if you search it, it's like Tekashi and 100 Mac interview. You will immediately see the first result is like 6 million views and it's been out for 6 days. And then every video underneath that is other people's breakdowns of the interview. Dude, I'm kidding. Dude, I shit you not. Because I guess it's almost 3 hours. Like, one guy's is like 30 minutes breaking down the points they made. And, like, it's such a big thing that other people are making like tons of content off it, and then they have to summarize it and re-explain the argument.
Dude, that's just drama hawks in general, right? Like, drama is what sells on YouTube. Like, there's a reason why Keemstar is still around. Like, drama is what sells. People will watch drama. Even if they don't condone it, they're like, oh, I hate drama so much. I gotta watch it. I gotta know what's going on.
Yeah, you still want to know.
Yeah, like, I don't hunt it out if it comes up.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it if it comes up.
Right, I'm not gonna turn it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just still dumb. Like, I'm not as interested as I used to be. Like, I just remember, like, 7th grade, 8th grade, every day I come home. Philly D. Like, the first thing I'm turning on, Philly D. Every day when I come home. Gosh, that was so long ago. But now I'm just like, I watch one of his videos like once a month and that would be a lot. It's like, it's just so much now. And it's still just stupid. Like, I watched today. That's why I bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a TikToker who doesn't even have a TikTok, really.
I was literally just started watching that before we started.
It's the dumbest thing. So, like, okay, so this kid went to jail. He's like 21 now. He's attractive. So he has a TikTok page with 0 posts. I guess he made it and then everything happened. 0 posts, but he has 2.8 million followers. And then it's like trending of like free Cameron. I think his name's Cameron. It's like free this guy, too cute to go to jail, let him out. He killed 2 people.
Killed a mother and a daughter going over 100 miles an hour.
He killed 2 people. They're like,
oh, I heard about that guy.
Yep.
But he's cute.
Dude,
I didn't hear about the TikTok thing, but I heard about he killed someone. He was doing like a street race or something.
Yes. and people are rallying behind, like, no, he shouldn't be in there. Like, It's like, dude, he took two people's lives being stupid. Stupid is not an excuse to not be charged with stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't. People would be mad if he was under the influence, but it'd still be just as stupid. I mean, I don't know. Like, you're still you're still doing some breaking the law that's harming someone.
Right. It's just it's the street racing, and I mean it's just it's like the whole Alex from Target thing that happened like 5 or 7 years ago at this point.
Oh yeah.
The girl took a photo of the cashier, Alex, at Target, and he like blew up on Twitter. And like these girls are like lining up to see him and like taking photos with him just because he
went on Ellen.
Cute. Yeah, makes it to Ellen. And again, if this was a girl, it'd be fucking creepy. Like, why is that okay that like grown women were coming to his job? Why is that
That's
okay?
True. He was like 15.
He was a
16.
teenager. Yeah, exactly. Why is that okay? Why can we free this TikToker that mangled a daughter and a toddler and killed them? Why is that's okay?
It's definitely not okay, bro. That's
yeah.
It's just.
I mean, that's
weird.
just like,
okay.
Just a double standard. I guess I don't know.
For me, it's
almost like when women, like you were saying, if an unattractive man, or even if, let's just say you're like objectively attractive, but this woman decides to her you're not, and you approach her and say something that she perceives as like, aggressive towards her or like sexually aggressive, she could like, take it in the wrong way. But if you're someone who she's like, oh, you're a 10, but you're a 1, like she's interested, and you say the same thing, or you do say something that's basically sexual harassment, and they're just like, oh man, this guy is such a charmer. Like, it's like I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like, women are just this or that, but it's almost like they make that decision. You can't just say,
yeah, dude, I can't.
I don't know.
I can't even say I don't do the same thing, bro. We've all had that disgusting ogre of a woman hit on us, and we're like, this is really uncomfortable. You're really gross. You're creepy, and I don't want to deal with you. Like, I've dealt with that myself.
Do you say that, though?
No, I'm not dumb enough. I'm trying to sell them things.
Right.
It works to my advantage.
Okay, outside of that scenario, if you weren't like trying to service in the store, like,
yeah,
you couldn't say it out loud. You know what I mean? It's like, that's shitty. All women are beautiful. You can't say that. But as a guy, it's like, oh my god, look at this fucking creep.
I think you underestimate. Like, for me, it's not anything about like, oh, I don't want to be canceled or anything. It's more rather, I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, and I think it comes down to the fact that a lot of men have been on that side. They know what it's like to get rejected.
Yeah.
They don't want to do that to someone else because they've been through it so much. Like, it's literally just that. They've just never had that shoe on there. That's why it's okay for them to do, because they don't have to deal with being rejected constantly. Whereas, like, we have. So, like, I don't say it, not because I don't want to say it. It's because I don't want to hurt feelings. I've been in that situation. I didn't like it. I wouldn't do it to someone else.
I agree with you. I think that's a pretty good summary of what we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong from their side. Like, I get it. Do I like that they do that? No. Am I going to complain about it? No. At the end of the day, I don't care.
No. Hey.
Yeah,
I feel you on. Hold on, I feel you on that, because I might bitch about it. But here's the thing: I'm not mad at a dog for. How mad can you get at a dog for barking? It's just the fucking way it is, man. Like,
that's another thing,
I'm gonna
bro.
complain. I'm gonna complain, but I'm not actually mad because I can't fucking change it.
People that scream the loudest get the most attention, and the people like the guys that are like, like, oh, hey, you're beautiful, and she's like, no, I'm not interested. Like, you bitch, or like they like.
Yes,
there's
that's
like the few that make it all
that happens
terrible.
too. Yep,
I hate that so much. Like that is just like,
dude,
I'm fine with it.
So cringy, bro.
My thing is like, the problem is there's so many arguments down the hole because, like you just said, like there's the creepy dude that literally feels entitled. Like,
yes, that's what it is. Like he's like,
yes.
You have to give me a nicer. That's not.
That's the other thing. There's also that. Like, there's rabbit holes on either side of I think that's called the nice guy.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah.
The nice guy.
Yeah, it is. That's the guy who everybody has to go through it, at least mentally. You don't have to act upon it. But yeah, like, that's the guy that still can't take a hint. And she's not interested. Yeah. And it makes a scene, and that just makes it worse because she's going to screenshot that shit, and she's going to blast you. And guess what? You can't do shit about it because all of her female friends are going to egg it on. You do that to the reverse scenario again, you're an asshole. So again,
okay.
You can bitch and moan and groan all you want, but it's not going to change.
My thing is,
like, all right, that's how it is.
Like, dude, the ones that I've seen that have been blasted are typically ones where I'm like, yeah, no, this guy kind of deserved to be blasted.
They usually deserve it, bro.
Yeah,
I get that, but you can't. I get that, but you can't do that with a female. You can't be like, you can't screenshot a female and be like, bro, she doesn't get the fucking hint. Doesn't happen. You can't do that.
That's
you're
true.
Gay.
I agree with that.
You're gay. Oh, what's wrong? You're gay.
Well, not even that. I don't even say.
I don't even think it's
that.
It's
the
more
rude factor of it. Like, you're gonna treat a woman that way. All women are princesses, or all women are goddesses. Like,
literally. Okay, this is how like unused. That's the thing. That's how unused to getting rejected they are. That's the first insult. It's like, oh, I figured you were gay. Like, no, I'm just not into you. Like, what is so fucking? Or I'm in a relationship. How about that? Yeah. Closet. It's like they cannot fathom rejection. They're like, nah, it's got to be his chemical makeup. He's gay.
But think about it. It's a supply and demand thing, bro. They're not used to it ever.
Dude.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Supply and demand. You know what? I just hope I never get black pilled. There's a black pill channel that is rising on YouTube right now. Exactly. Blue pill, we should know. Red pill, you'll get there when you're ready. The black pill is beyond the red pill. The black pill is like, looks at the world like a sage almost. They look at the world in almost pure facts. They are beyond red pill logic. They take it to another level. There's this guy, his name, and this is with anything. This one is specifically, of course, women, but you can be black pilled anything. Like, black pill me on this subject. Like, fuck the red pill. Go all the way to the end. Tell me the bare naked truth, the hard facts. So this guy, his name's like Wheat Waffles. It's funny. He doesn't do face videos. He literally, all of his videos, and they're like 40, 30 minutes a pop, dude. So like, God, I can only hang on for like 5 minutes. But he has an audience, dude. It's like 30 to 40 minutes every time, breaking down statistics of dating in the United States. I think across the country too. But like the hard truth about being a man, the hard truth of like what women look. It is like, and then he has a fucking live debate with a quote unquote red pill. Okay, that's what's funny to me, because like to be red pill is to be like you're gonna argue with a bunch of blue pill guys. It's just funny to me that like there's a level beyond that, and he looks at the red pilled guy as the pleb, as the blue pilled naive fuck, and he's like, no, the knowledge is beyond.
I don't know. My thing is like my main issue with like red pill is just I get it. It's complete logic thinking, but the problem is when dealing with humans, you can't be 100% logical to understand it. Like, it is something that I deal with all the time. I'm a very logical thinker. I'm terrible at reading human emotions, but I make an effort. Like, that's the weird thing about like red pill to me. Like, it's cool. Look at the facts. I get the logical. Like, I can understand your argument, logically speaking. But it's always like, dude, you gotta keep human emotions in check.
That's the thing with red pill, though. That's actually the thing with red pill is like the preaching is like, look, they don't operate off logic. Okay, I know you understand logic. They do not operate on logic, so we don't play with logic. We play with emotion. So they acknowledge that where we're coming from is logical. but they do not deal in logic when speaking or trying to obtain. Because it's like we play the same game they do. We play the emotion game.
Dude, it's not even that. It's the they versus, like, we think this way, they think this way. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's human emotions on both sides. Like, to sit here and play men are completely logical, that's not true. There's a lot of illogical men. There's a lot of men that play off emotion and stuff like that. Like, that's why I can't get down that red pill rabbit hole. Like, while I understand the logical side of it, it's like, dude, I can't take a holier than thou position on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they all take a holier than thou. I just think it's one of those things. It's like, if it clicks, it clicks. Because, like, the thing was, to me, with the red pill stuff, I can't pick a red pill video and show it to an older guy, like maybe in his like 40s or beyond. I can't show those videos to an older guy and him be like, this is complete bullshit. You show any red pill logic to an older man who's like been through life, has been around, he's like, that guy's on point. It's never like no, you know, it's always like, yeah, I 100% he's on point. That's why it's like, I don't know. That's one thing that makes it click for me is like, okay, if for the majority, and I don't ever see an older guy that's blue pilled as an older guy, you know. I just think it's funny to go beyond that. I feel like that's already against the grain. I feel like to have to go black pill, and it's just like, it's like everything's fucked, but here's the facts of the universe. It's like, okay, like my thing was like, what are you getting out of this? Let's just say dating is fucked forever because of technology and the way things are changing and you have all these facts and figures. What do you benefit from this? What do you benefit from every day waking up, making another PowerPoint saying, this is why women fucking suck and this is why you can't date? That's my thing. Okay, cool. We get it. Like, what's next?
See,
we all fuck robots.
That's
what did we do?
That's where
tell me.
That's just like confirming a bond. Like,
see, that's
like confirming.
That's where I feel like at least the black pill you're describing, that feels more incel culture to me. Like, that has to be the draw to it, because like red pill gets called incels, but in actuality, it's like, no, they love women. They want women in their life. They're doing everything they can to figure it out. Whereas, like, I feel like incels are rejected to the point that they're like, nope, here's the facts. Here's all the other problems that I can use as to why it'll never work for me. Whereas red pill, it's like, no, there's hope.
Yeah, play the game. Yeah, black pill's like, there's no game. Reality is this. I mean, really. But that's my thing. I'm like, okay, cool. Does that mean you're just never going to get pussy again? Like, what are we accomplishing here, man? Like, you debating these red pill guys. Like, I get that's your niche. That's your thing. You were so passionate about talking about black pill. Like, what are we?
You just want to know the sales pitch, so when you sign up, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, I'll do the theta readings. If I find out I'm an epsilon male, whatever. Like, I'm just like, you know, when you're teetering on lambda male. I'm getting some lambda male vibes from you right now.
I feel like more Quentin's just. See, I feel like you're finding the rabbit hole that Quentin's like, I don't know if I completely agree with this right now. And you're like, I don't know. That's pretty this male of you. And you're like, I don't know what that means, and I don't care what.
I'll take your word for it, bro.
You're like, I'm not going in that rabbit hole.
That's tough thought coming from a Delta male, Clayton.
A Delta male.
All these brackets.
Yeah, just
I don't know if those even exist.
That's a real Zeta move by pointing that out.
Yeah,
I'm
like I'm like thinking of like all these like Greek letters that we can just name people from now on.
Dude,
nice.
Alpha.
That guy's Sigma as fuck. No, he's Omega. Oh
shit.
He's an Omega male.
Dude, see,
so, like
Nice to
eventually
meet you.
start categorizing
I'm an
by
Omega.
big size.
dude, the sad thing is,
Do you
like,
know
you joke about this, but we
gonna be
both,
there.
yes, we both know it's actually gonna develop to that. Like, Red Pill is gonna just slide so much into, all right, guys, this is the groundbreaking technology, okay? We found out Zeta males are a thing, okay?
Oh my
If you've been doing
God.
this, this, and this, but you haven't been eating corn, you are a Zeta male.
Literally. Yeah, but if you're alpha, but you're vegan, which is like pussy points, that could be delta because you are at like a tri-path. You're not quite beta, you're not quite alpha, and you complete this triangle, you're a delta. Like the most. Okay, at that point, it's like a fucking horoscope, or it's like the which Harry Potter character.
Dude, it's exactly like those cool like the personality test. That's exactly what it comes down to. Like that, dude. That is my favorite thing to point out to people who believe they're like alphas are a thing. It's like, dude, it's so arbitrary. It's like it doesn't matter what you think. It's arbitrary.
Which 80s hit song describes you? like that's
yes.
Like yeah.
It's just that, but for men.
But for men.
Oh,
just
dude.
for men. Just for men.
Oh. All right. Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about?
I love that double sigh, dude. I love how you had to start your sigh over.
He doesn't finish. He's like, you interrupted my sigh.
All right. Now we got to re-sigh. Then I got to ask the question again.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Dude, there's so crypto has gotten to the point now where it's like flooded with scammers. It's just ridiculous now. And this is funny because it's like, this is like the businessmen moving in their gold rush. And now it's on the back end of the gold rush. So, like this happened with online courses. Like online courses were popping from like 2017 to 2019. But like in the pandemic and 2020, courses blew up. Because there was like actual people selling information online. And then it turned into more business guys find out about it, like, oh, I can sell a course. And then the final year of online courses is like courses on how to sell courses. And we're selling you a course to teach you how to sell courses, which what you're going to do with your class is get people in and teach them how to sell courses. And then there's like videos and there's like keynote speakers and they're like telling you how much to charge. It's just blown out and it became all courses are a scam. Like this is what it is. And it got to that point where they'd sell you the information that's not real. So anyway, that's where fucking crypto's at. Like CoffeeZilla on YouTube like blew up, exposing like a bunch of like fake guru courses. Like people who don't know shit about a topic charging you $19.97 for a course of them vaguely describing it. Mm-hmm. So like he blew up from exposing that. So now he's doing crypto. And this other one that just came out it was literally called Moonshot. And the guy who's already a millionaire created it and lied in his first launch video. He lied in the launch video that I put $1 million of my own money in. And he exposed how it was a scam because he says I put $1 million of my own money in. And then he like, again, crypto's like on a blockchain. He showed where he only put 50K in. And then if you put $1 in and you want that dollar back, he just gives you your dollar back. So he got all those people to sign up, making it look like there was $1 million in. And he was going to profit off of that, off the Moonshot coin.
Mm-hmm.
And then he privated his videos previously calling out cryptos. Now he's doing his own scam. That's another thing Coffee pointed out. He's like, he unlisted exposing the other videos because now he feels like it's his time to do a scam. There's so many fucking scam coins now.
Dude, that's what's making me laugh about like the crypto market just in general. Is like they whine and cry so much. We don't want regulation. But look at all the scam coins because you don't have regulation. Like, y'all have got to come off the high horse of it can't be regulated at all, and we got to find a good medium to be able to make sure they don't have too much of a reach in, But they have enough of a reach that they can stop shit like that.
Dude, and here's the thing. If they wanted to, that's what I don't understand about people. They're like, I don't want the government in it. However, like, you can't be stupid to the fact of, like, if they want to, they could, and it wouldn't be that hard. Like, I mean, they can, if they wanted everyone to believe crypto was a scam, they could make it happen if they really wanted to, if they wanted to crash it and have their own coin. So it's like, you have to understand, like, that's still a possibility. It's not like it's safe from that even happening.
Thing is,
if they wanted to do it, they could.
It's like, you got to understand, the government is El Jefe. If you want your thing to work and not be tarnished, you have to get them to accept it. You got to give them their cut, or you're never going to get anywhere with it. Like, I hate to say it, but the government, for it to be a mainstream thing, the government has to get involved. The government's going to want to take its cut. And if it gets its cut, it has some benefits to it. It may fuck some things up, but, I mean, you're not going to get any cut if they don't get involved. That's the problem. Like, you want things to be the Wild West. Well, that's why we have a bunch of scam coins, because there's no one to stop them. There's no one to hold them accountable.
Which is funny, is because my crypto keeps going up this past week. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Are people just buying into these scams?
No, Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin's about to have, like, we're coming back into...
Another baby.
We're about to come into a bull market of it, but the thing that's probably going to end up killing it is in the infrastructure bill. I think this is one of the weird things. I'm like, I'm surprised Ted Cruz did that. Ted Cruz is trying to get crypto out of that infrastructure bill 100% so that the government doesn't touch it. But that's going on. If that gets signed in, that's going to be what's like halts the market, and we'll see it burst again and go back down.
Dude, Nigel Houston promoted a crypto coin a week or two ago. Has since deleted the post. He immediately got shit on for promoting a coin. It was just like all in the comments of like, same thing. You're promoting a fucking scam, and you're gonna, this is a pump and dump scheme, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I wouldn't do that. It's a tried and true coin. It's a long-term project. You go to their website, they've been open like this year. And then, like, the guy running it, like, if you Google his name, like, there's basically nothing.
Yeah, dude, it's like our generation of cults. It's our generation of cults, bro. It's the cult leader talking to one of the higher ups. Hey, man, promote our coin, and he gives him a really good lie, and he believes it because he's not educated.
We'll give you 5,000 friends tokens. These are going to be worth a lot of money if this hits off, dude. Well, one of the scam coins was called Save the Kids. So they were trying, yes, dude, it was called Save the Kids. It was a complete fucking scam. And it was, what they were trying to do is prevent people from bashing it, because CoffeeZilla, that's his whole shtick, is exposing scams. And he's exposing this thing called Save the Kids. You know what I mean? So trying to beat somebody from exposing it, because like, well, you don't want to be the guy that's stopping the Save the Kids project, do you? But he's just like, no, like, this is a fucking, this is why they named it that. Like, this is a fucking scam. Save the kids.
Smart move. Dude, it's smart. Like, I can't even be mad at it.
Trying. Right. Expect it, but nice try. You wouldn't criticize.
But I mean, everyone's been trying to do like pump and dump stuff constantly. It's just the simple fact that we saw our high players do it with Dogecoin. They pumped out. Yep. Everyone took notice. Oh, this is what they did. Let me create another scam coin that's like meant to be absolutely nothing, just like Dogecoin is. Like, Dogecoin was literally never meant to ever really actually make it big. It was built in, like, I think the guy said he built it in like a couple hours. He built Dogecoin. It was literally a joke, and that is the only reason he made it. He did not care about long-term or anything like that. And then higher-ups got into it, pumped it. I would say it's a scam coin, but for the simple fact of, like, the guy literally did not create it for a scam. He created it as a joke, and it just happened to take off, and other people tried to turn it into a scam.
dude, like the other thing about the whole scam, okay, people buying in, that's where it's lost. This is the other reason I kind of like just gave up on crypto. Still in it because my money's just sitting there because I want to make more back, of course, but I'm not like watching it because it's like, you know, all these people see these gains, you know, 200,000, 300,000, I made $1 million. It's like, yeah, but you're watching people who are already in the end game of their life. They're already so successful that money is a joke to them. They can throw $200,000 at something and they are fucking fine if it burns. It's a joke. Like, they're in the end game. They're doing side quest. Like, what can my money do if I fuck with it this way? We're not in that. You have like $20 to throw at it. Like, there's this little hope though that you're just like, oh, it's big. This is a fucking million. There's just a lottery mentality, but it's like, dude, you're going against people. The reason they have those gains is they are. If you were as rich as them, you would be fucking well off.
The other thing is too, a lot of those people have the money to move the needle themselves.
Yeah,
that too. Dude, literally, they can tweet, you know, so excited about Bitcoin, and then pump that and they just yank out.
Even then, too, like their own money will move it up in the needle. You just pick something with a low market cap and like, okay, it's somewhat established. Enough people will buy this. It is built to be a legit coin, but it's very early on. Let me throw a whole bunch of money at it, and then I'll throw, like, not only will that move it up, but then I'll tell everyone, dude, check out how much I made off of it and get more pump into it.
But that's like all the coins that go into Coinbase. As soon as they're like registered as tradable, like the first 24 hours, they like spike like 100 to 200% and then drop.
Yep.
And I guess just like, because, yeah. I guess because it's on Coinbase, they're like, oh, it's legit.
Yeah, new coin, and then they're like, because they know it's gonna. Everyone knows it's gonna pump, so they try to beat everyone else, and they're like, oh, I'll make a little bit of money, and then they lose money for 3 months. I've done it because some of those day one coins, they'll jump 300%, and you're like, oh my god, yeah, you're like, what the fuck? I'll get on the next one. The next one you get on is like 1%, and then it drops 30%. You're like, all right, I mean, that's cool, it's great. That's that's why it's like, dude, you can't. It's not even comparable, dude. That's why you just have to like get your mind out of it. It's like you have to just do something else that's in your control to a degree, because you'll make it pay off, or you'll at least fucking try. How are you gonna try hard on crypto? All you can do is stare at it. Like,
well, it's based fully off the whims of people. That's
yeah, like. Yeah,
try predicting people. We've literally pointed out how like illogical people are and how they do crazy random stuff, and the whole point of crypto is to try to capitalize off that. I'm sorry, but coins that show real promise as to being a real crypto and like a successful crypto, they're not around. And if they are, they've been established and people don't care because people aren't buying it.
And the level you have to be at, if you are in it, like, so like you're going to watch for human behavior, you constantly have to be looking at the news. Because you have to look for any fear, uncertainty, and doubt that can be causing your coin and make your moves of it. Like, that is so exhausting. You have to constantly be in the fucking.
It becomes its own job.
Like, right, exactly. That's what I'm like, dude. It's not. Fuck it, dude. Not the end game of my money. Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, boys. I'm assuming we're all done here. All right. This has been Nobody... Motherfucker. Now we're fucking up the outro now, too. All right. This has been Nobody Named Kevin Podcast, episode 26. Like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for listening.